What's up, YouTube? Jeff back again from SammyGuru.com. Today, another very exciting Samsung video for you guys. Today, we're talking about Gallery Assistant, which is a brand new application that Samsung is launching for Galaxy smartphones. Now, it's not officially available on the Galaxy Store. We downloaded this from an APK that was shared over on X. Both I and Josh Skinner, who's one of our writers at SammyGuru, we both installed it. We've had no problems with it, but always do your due diligence when you install APKs outside of the Galaxy Store or the Play Store. I'm just saying that I've had no issues, and I'll drop the link in the pinned comment description below if you want to install it and give it a try. Should be coming later on, probably with maybe One UI 8.5. Who knows? It could be that long, maybe January, when Samsung officially releases it. It's currently in beta, I believe, in Korea, but not yet officially available here in the US. We're going to get into the features of that today. Before we get started, I want to remind you guys, make sure you take a look at the website. If you don't check it daily, you absolutely should. We've got your Samsung news, tips, tricks, tutorials, and reviews. You can also get in our mystery box program. If you're buying an S26 device, get a free case, cleaning kit, desktop phone stand, 65-watt charger, tons of extra goodies as well. We cover all the shipping. All you have to do is use our affiliate link to order. That's how we fund the program. We also give back to you guys all these great prizes and accessories for your new device, and also fund our content here on YouTube and on the website. Put in your phone number, email, or both. You'll get the link to order on launch day, and then we ship out the mystery boxes about a couple weeks after the launch. In late January 2026 is when they will probably all be shipped, by the end of January, most likely, depending on Samsung's release schedule. Anyway, check that out in the pinned comment description below if you're interested in that. So let's go ahead and get into it. You guys can probably tell I got a bit of a cold today, so I apologize in advance for my voice, but let's take a look at the new Gallery Assistant app. Now, I will say, one thing I noticed about this is a lot of these features are already available in the Gallery application. It really feels like this could have just been an add-on embedded in the Gallery application, but you know, Samsung sometimes likes to do these separate apps for specific niche things that they don't want to complicate the current app. And also, this is not officially a part of Good Lock or Good Guardian. So once I downloaded this, I checked it, or at least not right now. See, Display Assistant is in Good Lock. And then, of course, in Good Guardians, you've got all these other modules: Battery Tracker, Guardian, Galaxy App Booster, Thermal Guardian, Memory Guard, and Media File. But this is not in any of them for the time being. So here are the features we have: reduce size, rotate and flip, image clipper, watermarking, compare images, save as PDF, and print. Now, print, I think, is pretty obvious. This does. It lets you print the images. You know, if you have a printer, a Wi-Fi printer that's on your network. Save as PDF, also a fairly boring, thing. This basically lets you save this as a PDF. You can preview it. You can check your page size. You can also do the layout, and you can also change the image quality inside the PDF viewer depending on the size that you want, but nothing crazy. And those are basically features, that the print feature you can get in the regular Gallery as well. So compare images is something that is actually new. So up here, you have to hit this little plus sign if you want to do compare images. And so here's just 2 images that I have. And you can have up to 4. And what happens is if you scroll them, you can kind of scroll them at the same time and compare for any differences. Now, these are actually the same screenshot of the SammyGuru website when I was testing our mystery box pop-up, but you can also change the view depending on how many images you have. Let's see if I didn't choose the other one. Let's just choose some that are a little different, actually. I don't know. Let's choose this one and see what happens if I go compare images. So you can see, though, like this one, they're scrolling because they're the same vertical, and this was a picture I took at a birthday party for my kids over the weekend. This is a little, you can actually share all of them from inside here as well, which is interesting. Favorite them, trash. Here, I don't know what that does exactly. That right there doesn't seem to change the layout. I was playing with that earlier. Someone will have to let me know, but it doesn't seem to do anything as far as I can tell right now, except maybe, does it highlight? I don't know. It doesn't seem to do much. I'm sure someone will tell me what that does, and I'll probably figure it out after the video. But that's compare images. That seems somewhat useful, depending on how you use your Samsung phone. For me, because I do a lot of stuff with tutorials and comparing old and new screenshots, might be very useful for me, but maybe not for other people so much. Add watermark. So here, if you have your photos, you can add watermark. You can show the model name, logo if you want, like I could do the SammyGuru logo. That's pretty useful for me. Change your fonts, your color, size, and transparency. And so you can add those watermarks right there as well. and then repeat the watermark across the entire image. So if you want to do that, like you'll see it'll repeat completely across the image. Here you can get a little preview of what it's going to look like. You can see it's got the model name only in this one, S25 Ultra, and it will apply that to all of them. So you can save this as a copy, and it will save all 4 of them, and you can kind of see how the S25 Ultra model name is across there. That's kind of useful for me. Again, that's kind of a feature. Both of these are kind of features that I could see being very useful for me, but oh, maybe this does delete duplicates. Maybe that's what that is, because it says you can delete duplicates. That might be what it lets you do with that little feature we were trying to look at before, deleting duplicates. So these two I could definitely see being useful for me. I don't know how many other people will use them though. Image clipper, extract parts of image to save as a sticker. You can already do this in the regular gallery though. So if you want to create a sticker, for instance, you can go ahead and just hit save here. My camera's probably not gonna like focusing on this, but save as sticker, and then we'll go ahead and save it, and you can view it. In this case, it just clips out the individual people, and then that'll be available inside your sticker gallery, and you'll be able to utilize that. But again, you can already extract stickers from images in the regular gallery, so I don't know how useful that is for most people. And again, another thing where it seems like maybe it shouldn't have been a separate application for that reason, but that's just my personal opinion. Rotate and flip, this one also doesn't seem useful at all, except for the fact that you can do a whole bunch of them at the same time, because rotating and flipping we can do inside the regular gallery. Like I said, most of these apply to, it's useful since you could technically, you could choose a bunch of these images and then you could do rotate and flip on all of them at one time and save them as a batch up to 4 at a time. And that seems super useful. But aside from that, I don't know how useful those tools are. Now, the most useful one I saved for last year, which is reduce size. Reduce size will let you reduce the size as a slider. It can show you the estimated size, and you can save copies with these smaller sizes, and it will show you the size that it reduced it to. This can be very useful if you're uploading to certain social media platforms like Discord, etc. So I definitely could see this being useful for me, as well as probably a lot of other people. This is a feature that probably will be one of the more useful features from this Gallery Assistant app. Now, in terms of the settings, you can reorder the options as well. So whichever options you find to be the most useful, like if you want to use compare images, you can go ahead and move compare images up. Whichever options you're going to use the most, you can move those up and down as appropriate, so that you have the most useful options at the top. The other thing is you can't directly, at least that I couldn't see, you can't directly select anything from the gallery and then export it to the Gallery Assistant. You have to select them within here by hitting the plus sign. It would make sense, like if you go to reduce size, that, or any of these, you should be able to select them individually from the gallery and then export those. But it you have to go in here and then go back to your gallery and choose some. So I don't know. And also, if you have one selected, and like you go down here, then if you have a photo selected and you hit done, and let's say you're using the PDF tool, well, if you go back to compare images, or let's say watermark, you don't get the option to add another image right here. You'd have to go back to the plus sign to do it. So there's still some inefficient things about the UI, at least in my opinion, but hopefully Samsung will improve some of those things as time goes on. And definitely I can see that some of these are useful, and hopefully they'll integrate some of them a little better with the gallery in the future. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about Gallery Assistant. Definitely an interesting application, kind of like Galaxy Enhance X or Camera Assistant. Does some extra things for your photos. Maybe they can tighten some of it up. If you guys want to download the APK, it's below. Again, make sure you check out SammyGuru.com for the Mystery Box program, other great Samsung news, tips, tricks, tutorials, and reviews. Appreciate you guys checking out the video. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.